Hi, quick update here on Tilray. Just going to have a look at what Tilray's been doing. If we zoom out, we can see that we had this beautiful bottoming here through June. This is three different sorts of liquidity, very, very tight, and the tightest period being late into June. Before it's taken off. During that period, liquidity did tighten up, but it's only a relative thing. If we have a look a little bit closer, we can see that there was different periods of it dipping down, and if we were looking at even closer zones, we could see that there was very little tightening. There was a little bit of surface tightening here. We can see one patch here where it's tightened before dipping down again, then we can see another before it sort of we sat around with higher than average on the irregular liquidity, and then coming into Friday we really tightened up, and then when we opened up on Monday almost up 18% was the first bump. Then as we went into the close yesterday, we did see buying into the close, which should give us continuation. If we just have a quick look at the back of the market, this is DPI up here, dark pool interest, and dark pool interest is up in the 49 zone here. If I have a look at it, 49, the above about 35 to 40 gives us a continuation in buying and gives us a positive distribution of outcomes over a period of time. If we go and have a look how this has moved through in the options, we've slowly picked up in the money here. In the calls, we've picked up over 360,000 in the money calls. I know it's a quite a low price stock, but we've had we've ranged down from right down in 120,000 right up to now at 370,000, and again we've seen a really large pullback in put options. At the moment we're seeing very little delta hedging going on at all, and there is quite, if we look here, I'll just knock that gamma out to have a look, we can see that there's not a great deal of IV there. So at the moment the market makers are being able to reach across and buy in the centre of the bid, and then they're not screaming for high IV, although we have had these couple of bumps which I was just pointing out earlier. Anyway, I hope you have some good trading at the moment. I can't see anything changing. This is looking pretty green here. If I go out to 15 minutes, which shows us, we can see that it's pretty green, and we'll start to see a pullback somewhere out into the future, maybe later in the week or next week. You really need good indicators like this to be able to trade stocks that are running at this sort of pace. You need to be able to chop and change in the middle of a shift. If you were quickly looking yesterday at open, and you were trading open, you would have seen halfway through the day's trade that open started to sell, and it started to sell before there was price discovery on that, and that's why you need the best indicators in the market. Anyway, I hope you have a good day's trading here, 26th of August. Thank you very much.